Hello YouTube, Time Itself here, and today I'm playing some Team Death on Havana. This Black Ops game, it's pretty addicting, and I've been playing a fair amount of Mercenary Team Death just to put some more time into the game. I've been having fun, despite all the frustration. It took me a while to get into the Team Death mentality, especially the Mercenary Team Death mentality. I think I'm starting to get a handle of it. My KD's slowly coming up, hopefully going to break 3 here before too long. Obviously this game's a little bit better. But I have something in particular I'd kind of like to talk about, and that is the motion sensor. But I should back up a little bit first. If you've watched my commentaries much, you've probably noticed that I am paying a lot of attention to that minimap. And the instant a red dot shows up, I probably notice it. Also, in Team Death, especially with the random spawns, I really like to know and can take advantage of knowing where the enemies are. My teammates too, that helps also. My preferred class has become a Ghost with Warlord and Hacker. And with Warlord I use a silencer, just trying to be stealthy, and the dual mags so that I have more ammo. If you didn't know, it gives you twice as much ammo, so I don't have to pick up someone else's gun without a silencer. And the general idea is to move around the map, most likely away from my team, but not necessarily, and try and flank them, get behind them, and get easy kills. And without a UAV up, that is really hard normally. So I'm pretty much constantly running into the issue where my team doesn't have a UAV up. They're all running RC cars or higher stuff, I guess. I guess the RC cars are okay, but really the UAV is far more useful. In fact, the kill streaks that I run for Mercenary Team Death are UAV, Counter UAV, and Blackbird, and that's what I find works the best and is going to help my team the most. In this game, I'm running Care Package. That's only because I've just prestiged and I haven't unlocked the Counter UAV yet. But I'm not going to keep UAV up the entire game by myself, so I need a little bit of help, and that's what the motion sensor's for. Now don't forget that the motion sensor is countered by Hacker Pro, and the UAV is countered by Ghost, and the Blackbird's countered by nothing, so it's awesome. Well, I say that, but there is the counter UAV. Anyway, the most basic objection, or flaw in people's usage of the motion sensor, is that they feel like they have to camp where they put the thing down. And I'm going to tell you that is not the case. Just like the UAV, the motion sensor's best use is in knowing where your enemy is and based on their route, where they're looking. From that point, you can go ahead and sneak up and take them by surprise, either from behind or from a flank. You don't want to just wait behind a corner knowing roughly when they're going to come around. You can do that with a Blackbird, but the UAV or a motion sensor just isn't going to give you enough information to really do that very well. If you do feel like you need to stay still near your motion sensor, don't sit in the middle of it, because then they only have to travel the radius of the motion sensor's range instead of the whole diameter of it, which gives you much more information about where they're headed, and you can deal with it better that way. So again, move around the thing. Don't just sit in the middle of it. And the other thing is that people with Hacker are going to be able to see where your motion sensor is, and a lot of them are going to rightly guess that you're probably right next to it. And if you are, well, that's an easy kill for them. So I'm working on Ghost Pro with this class, and I've run my FAMAS with dual mags out of ammo. So I have quite a bit of a scare as I run around the map trying to find a gun, and it's good. Now, as far as placement of motion sensors, you obviously don't want to put it in an area where it's easy to find, so that little corner tucked back there, I probably need a Hacker before someone's going to find it. And on Havana, with the big central street that's very open, most people don't risk the danger of going out in the street, so that's a major traffic route around that side of the map. I'll also be able to see people headed up to the second floor to go ahead and camp up there. That's a spot, some windows up there. People really like to sit and try to get some kills. As you can see, my team's been putting up UAVs pretty regularly, and I've gone ahead and wandered away from my motion sensor. Now, I could have picked it up and just gone somewhere else, but I didn't feel the need to do that. It should be okay where it is. And if I stay over there and make that area of the map a hotspot, they're probably going to be a little more cautious, and that will lose a fair amount of the advantage I have with the motion sensor. So there's the Blackbird. I love this thing. It's like cheating. I end up paying more attention to the minimap and radar as I do to the actual first-person view. Sort of Reminds me of playing Asteroids, you know, the little triangle in the middle of the screen and you turn around and shoot things. Yeah, that game. So really, what's the best analogy here? Am I Santa Claus? I know when you're sleeping, I know when you're awake, and I bring gifts of depleted uranium to all the bad little boys and girls? Or maybe it's some combination of X-ray vision and eyes in the back of my head. That'd be pretty scary. So I think the Blackbird lasts 45 seconds as opposed to the UAV's 30, and it is well worth it for all the improvements that it gives you. And that was a quick 8 kills there because of the Blackbird. I kind of think I let it go to my head, and I don't get any more kills and 2 more deaths through the rest of this game, so you start off 20-0 and then you go 0-2. That'd be typical, wouldn't it? But to reiterate, with the motion sensor, it's really useful, but you shouldn't just camp with it. When you are staying close to it and relying on it, try to position yourself on the outside of the motion sensor's range so that people coming through it have to travel all the way through it, and you'll be more likely to figure out what's going on. And finally, the motion sensor does not claim an area of the map as yours. It only gives you a moderate advantage in knowing where your enemy is. If you stay in the same place doing the same thing, your motion sensor isn't going to be that much use to you. And they'll figure out what you're doing and put a stop to it. Maybe someone will take out a Hacker Pro clasp and then sneak up behind you and embarrass you, and you wouldn't want that, would you? But really, the motion sensor is useful if used well, and I'd recommend trying it out. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.